Hey guys, Reginald Duck here, back today with another deck profile. So for today, I've got what was a Grand Maju deck, but since they've limited desires, I've got rid of the Grand Maju. So it's now just a rank 8 turbo deck. So it's really fun. It's already lots of different engines, lots of different level 8s. Really cool, let's get into it. So then for the main deck, we've got 3 copies of Purple Nightfall. You can banish any Mekk-Knight, usually itself. So you summon it, banish it, search a Mekk-Knight. Level 8, it's a light monster, and it helps just sort of maintain advantage because it does come back in the standby phase. So really cool. Just gets all your Mekk-Knight players started. You can trade it in, obviously, if you've got no targets left or if it's a spare one. So really cool. No issues with playing 3. Got 2 copies of Blue Sky, really cool card. It's just another part of the Mekk-Knight engine. With it being level 5, it's not as good, but you can always overlay into the Volcasaurus with the Astral Karibo, so really cool. 1 copy of the Indigo Eclipse. If you do have 2 spells, you can actually summon this after searching it off the Blue Sky, or you can always trade it in or whatever, just discard it for danger. Really cool card. It's part of your full danger package. I don't regret playing this at all, but it is definitely a one of. Got 3 copies of Gizmek. Not as good anymore without the Grand Maju. This did used to be a really spicy Grand Maju deck, but not anymore. So really cool. With it being a dark as well, you can banish it off BLS if you're desperate, but you'd really rather not because obviously it recurs every turn. Really cool card. I really like Gizmek in this deck. 2 BLS, you do play quite a few lights and darks, and with the evil hero package you can actually cycle through both, so really good. It's just a great extender because you can just banish a guy and then overlay with it. So it's a Draglubion but also a banish, well, half a Draglubion and a banish, so really cool. Draglubion being your main win condition. 2 Thunderbird, 2 Bigfoot. You are playing trading, so you can obviously just go +1 off that, or also just summon these to sort of cycle through your deck if you've not opened the best hand. Really cool, adds consistency, and also they are dark and level 8. So this is just a rank 8 turbo deck after all. Got 2 copies of Alpha, Master of Beasts. Really cool card, very free. You can just sort of summon it, bounce it, get rid of something, summon it again, or you can just summon it and then attack over a Dragoon, just crash, because a lot of times Dragoon can be a pain to out for a lot of decks. Not for this deck, you can just run it over with a lot of you guys. So a really cool card, again level 8, shame it's an earth. Got 2 copies of Barbaros, only normal summon in the deck, since you're not playing Maju anymore. It's level 8, so you can just literally normal summon it and then it's on 1/9, but if your opponent's playing Skill Drain, which has gone to 3 recently, so it's quite possible, you could just normal summon it. It's on 3k, so they're obviously playing a stat check game and you're going to win because your guy is literally 3k. So really cool, good in a simplified game state, and also it's half an XYZ just on a normal summon. 1 Lava Golem, not technically a normal summon, but you can sort of see what I mean because it stops you from normal summoning. It's just a double kaiju, level 8. So just tribute 2 of their guys to get this, and then in their standby phase they'll take a K, but usually you're going to win that turn anyway. So really cool. I prefer it over Sphere mode, and it is level 8, so really cool. 3 copies of Astral Karibo, best card in the deck. Without this there's no point playing the deck anymore because Grand Maju obviously got hit and I am so gutted, but this card is really cool. It can become level 4, 5 or 8 in this deck, so you can make a Baguska that can't die. You could make the Volcasaurus with the Mekk-Knight Blue Sky, or you can make your Draglubion, your the Giant Grinder as well as a number, as well as a few others, so really cool. I actually love this card. The Spice, 3 adjusted gold. You can add the Dark Calling, which then you can set and then summon a Mekk-Knight, obviously link XYZ off your Mekk-Knight and then fuse from the adjusted gold and the Mekk-Knight for a dark, and then you've managed to get a dark on board as well, which is also level 8. So it just gets you through a lot of level 8, it gets you to a light and a dark, and obviously a spell card. So this card sort of holds the deck together in a way, but a lot of people say it's stupid, but I think it's funny and it's cool. So 3 dusted gold. 2 Eater of Millions can be good. It's sort of not as good without playing Grand Mardu, but still really good. You could just play 2 more Lava Golem if you wanted, but I do like this card for its removal. 3 copies of Trading, one of the best cards. You can cycle through a lot of your deck really, obviously not once per turn, and then also you can discard a Danger to go +1, or a Gizmek to go +1, or just discard like a BLS if you've got another BLS in hand and you need a light. So really good card. It's always live because you're playing so many level 8 monsters, and I just love this card. For the Spice, 3 Raigeki. Obviously, you know, Lightning Storm exists, but it's not very good with Mekk-Knights, whereas this, you can set it for a column, summon your Mekk-Knight, and then once you've done all your Mekk-Knight stuff, just flip it, whereas you can't really do that with the Lightning Storm because you have to control no cards. So 3 copies of Raigeki really helps, and also it's a card they have to negate, or otherwise you're going to OTK him. So it's just bait. It's just a very free, non-committal. You don't commit a normal summon or anything. You know, you're not putting 2 monsters into an XYZ to bait anything. It's just 1 for 1 bait. 2 Dark Calling. You do want to play 2 because you are playing Desires and Gizmek. So it's a really good way of getting all the pieces, because obviously you can set it for a column. Really cool card. I have already mentioned 1 copy of Reborn. It's half a level 8, again also a column. Really cool card. You can steal your opponent's stuff, but I mean, you're probably just going to bring back like a Danger or something and then, you know, make a rank 8. Really cool. 1 Duster. Help blow out the back row, again set up your columns. With going second all the time, sometimes you can just win by dustering them depending on the deck. 1 Mind Control, really cool. Again, something they have to, just the perfect bait, something they have to negate, otherwise they're just going to lose a negate and then you'll negate their stuff with it. So again, also a column, but really good. And lastly, the 1 of Desires. Why is this card limited? It's so stupid, but I mean, I guess so. No Grand Mardu for us, but you know, it was turned into a rank 8 deck anyway, so this sort of feels similar. But so that's it for the main deck. So for the extra deck, we've got 1 copy of Malicious Bane. This card's better than you'd think. It's a level 8, it's a dark, it's summoned off a light, so it gets you a lot of stuff there. You can use its effect to blow up the board, but then you can only tap heroes for the turn. But I actually really like this, and it's just quite funny when people see you playing just dusted gold and Nova heroes. So really cool card. Dark Calling, obviously, I went over that before, so really cool card. We've got 1 copy of Numeron Dragon. This is how most of your games are going to end, because it comes out on 9,000 attack usually, but it can go significantly higher if you've got like another rank 8 or whatever. So really cool card, just great for ending games. Got 1 Baguska. You can only summon this with exactly a dusted gold and Astral Karibo, but if you summon it that way, the Astral Karibo will prevent this from ever killing itself after 2 standby phases, so you can just permanegate your opponent's board. It doesn't activate, so it's a really great way of just like stunning out your opponent while you sort of try and work things out. You know, you can link climb with like a Gizmek, for example, so you know, just keep sort of climbing up until you get like an access code, and then when you're ready, turn to attack, summon all your guys and win. So really great card, buys you as much time as you need, and it is super troll when you just summon this with an Astral Karibo. It's sort of like the Crooked Cup, but this sort of advances your game state, whereas that doesn't. So really good. Got 1 Volcasaurus. You are playing the Mekk-Knight Blue Sky, so again, it's a number. You can just make the Astral Karibo level 5. Just helps breaking boards, so obviously you've resolved all your Mekk-Knight effects, and then you just make this and destroy a guy. This can't be destroyed, but you know, it doesn't really come up. And then you just make the Guy Charger on top of it, and then after this you can also put a Zeus on top of that. So really cool. So you can get the attack. This combo's been around for as long as Guy Charger's been around. 1 copy of Lancelot. It's a lot better than you'd think. Again, just a Zeus target, but also an Omni Negate, a Destruction, can attack directly, really good at closing out games. And if you sort of break the board but you can't end, you probably make this, because it can negate anything, but it is forced to negate, so it's one of those, it's sort of like a Doom Cal in that sense. One Hope Harbinger. I'm tempted to play 2 of this, because you can either use it for itself or you can use it for the Draglubion. You can't use both, because Draglubion needs to attach a dragon to the Numeron dragon, so this is your target. But you could play 2, but I don't know, there's not that much room in the extra. One Draglubion, so you detach, summon Numeron Dragon and attach it with the Titanic Galaxy, then it detaches and it gains 1,000 for each rank, so 8 plus 1, 9,000, so really cool. It's how you win most of your games, so that's really good, but also you can just beat them down because all your monsters are massive, so that's really cool. One Draglubion. One Dingesu. It's not a number, which is a real shame, but it's just a great removal card, and also can protect you guys if it comes up, but it rarely does, so it's just mostly a non-targeting removal. One Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. You find oftentimes you can make 2 rank 8s in a turn, so you make this first, so then they can't actually negate the Draglubion, so it's just a monster effect negate, but it does not destroy unless it has a galaxy material. I don't play any galaxy materials, so it's just a negate. We've got one copy of Giant Grinder. If you don't need a negate, then this card's really good for breaking boards, can destroy special summon monsters, and it's up to twice per turn. So you summon this, destroy a card. If they strike you and it's got an Astral Karibo, it won't die, so you can just use it again. Really great card. A lot of people don't realise this is twice per turn, so they'll try and strike it and then you just continue and then just do it again. So really cool card. One of my favourites, and the fact it can detach at will pretty much makes it a very useful card for getting stuff engraved. Got one copy of Zeus. This card's amazing. I mean, there's very little to say that's not already been said. You've got a guy that can attack directly, you've got guys that can slap on top of guys. I mean, simplified game state, summon Zeus, you win. Just a really great sort of insurance. And then you've got three links. You've got Phoenix, Unicorn, access code. Just a really sort of clean climbing package for the access code. Comes out on 5/3, gets rid of cards out your hand, obviously helps break the board, and really good under the Baguska as well, because you can just keep climbing once a turn with like a Gizmek and then just win that way, so really cool. So that's it for the extra deck. And then for the side deck, I've got 3 copies of Droll. Not really sure how the meta is going to shape up, but I thought I'd go for a more high impact hand trap, because there's nothing worse than your opponent searching 100 cards and then you try and break the board and then they've got everything. So I'd rather not play something a little low impact, because like an Ash, because I can break a lot of boards. This is just to stop the crazy ones. So 3 Droll. We've got 3 copies of Dark Ruler. Obviously you're an OTK deck, but if they're setting up like so many negates, so many this, so many that, you just want to blow up the board and then try and establish a few negates of your own. So Dark Ruler is really good. If you had droplets, that'd also be great, but I don't have it, so Dark Ruler is as good as you're going to get. And then got a few cards for going first. 3 copies of Strike. A lot of times people make you go first in this deck because you're playing Mekk-Knights, so they just think, right, let's just, make them go first, ruin the day. So you can just play 3 Strike and hopefully, just slow them down a lot. 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier. Again, same thing. If they force you to go first, especially with like certain decks like that Shark XYZ deck, just lock them out. They can't do anything under this card. And then lastly, just got 3 copies of Evenly Matched. It's good. It's just not amazing. But when you need evenly matched, you need evenly matched. So you just Dark Ruler them, evenly matched them, you've probably won the game. And then obviously set up your own board afterward. But I really like this card. There's really not much to say. This card's insane. So that's it for the side deck. So this has been my rank 8 turbo, evil hero, Mekk-Knight Blackluster Soldier, bit of everything, Danger, bit of everything really, but it's a really fun deck, really good at going second, just sort of throw everything at the board till either you run out of stuff or your opponent runs out of negates. Really, really fun. I recommend you build it. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.